Tonight, a Mundora woman airlifted to hospital after an incident involving a harvester. And Broken Hill residents raise concerns about lead level in children, why they're not happy with the Health Minister's response.
From our 7 Spencer Gulf Studios, your nightly news with Madeline Kerr begins now.
Good evening, thanks for joining us. A woman has been airlifted to hospital after a horrific incident in the Yorke Peninsula. The 6-year-old woman was seriously injured last night after reportedly being run over by a harvester in Mundora, just outside of Port Broughton. Emergency services arrived at the scene around 8 p.m, where she was airlifted to the Royal Adelaide Hospital. Representatives at the hospital have told 7 Spencer Gulf News the woman remains in a critical condition. Broken Hill City Council held its ordinary meeting last night, and one of the main talking points was lead level blood testing. Councillors are concerned New South Wales Health isn't doing enough in the city when compared to the rest of the state.
Correspondence was sent to New South Wales Health Minister Brad Hazzard by the council earlier this year. The minister responded, but it wasn't up to scratch.
The Minister for Health and everyone goes into chaos if they get lead soil levels of 500 to 800 parts per million. We have some areas of 10,000 parts per million, lots of areas above 800 parts per million.
With a population of almost 18,000 people, Broken Hill accounts for almost all instances of higher lead levels in the state, with the Mayor saying comments from the Minister are just not good enough.
We account for 90% of high lead levels in children, and for the Health Minister and everyone else to come back and say, oh, but that's Broken Hill, as if our children don't matter and our town doesn't matter.
Mayor Kennedy says it would be a very different story if metropolitan areas recorded the same high lead levels as here in the far west.
Here we get a letter saying, oh, we haven't got the funding, we haven't got this. Well, I can tell you if this happened in any part of Sydney, there would be chaos. It'd be over regional news, it'd be national news, and it'd be international news.
Council will now be extending an invitation to Minister Hazzard to come out to Broken Hill before next year's state election.
The council team are very quickly and proactive on that, so we'll have those letters out early next week, and hopefully we'll be able to set a date prior to obviously them going to caretaker mode for them to visit and hopefully make some decisions around those matters.
You can catch up with the rest of last night's talking points on Council's website. Joshua Mercer, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Stealthing is one step closer to becoming a criminal offence here in South Australia after new laws passed state parliament. Stealthing refers to the act of removing a condom during sex without the consent of the other person. The act will be recognised as unlawful conduct in sexual assault cases. Stealthing was outlawed in the ACT, Tasmania, New South Wales and Victoria last year. South Australia Attorney General Kaya Ma says the measures are long overdue and that it will no longer be an ambiguous area of the law. It's that time of year to check to see if your pool gate works the way it's supposed to as part of the aptly titled annual Check Your Pool Gate month. Research suggests Australians are far too casual when it comes to pool safety, and the next 4 weeks serve as a reminder to stay vigilant this summer.
Making a splash this pool swimming season. Today marks the first day of summer and, as expected, Aussies will be diving into their backyard pools. But experts are issuing a warning to be careful and ensure you have a working safety gate.
Unfortunately, the Magnalatch Pool Safety Report shows our backyards could be a real danger this summer. Close to 50% of pool owners are simply forgetting to check the safety of their pool area.
Research shows that 1 in 5 families have had a child gain access to their pool unsupervised. A further 27% of children are reported to gain access to the pool by climbing over its fence.
This is a real concern given more than a third of families have had a negative experience involving a pool, such as a personal near-drowning experience or having to rescue someone in trouble.
Securing your pool's gate at the top of the list this month.
Number 1, check the safety of your pool gate and latch. Make sure you have a lockable magnetic latch This prevents a child from opening it, even if they climbed up.
It isn't an Australian summer without a pool party or two, but families are being urged to practice pool safety etiquette amongst all the fun.
If you're having a party, make sure that you nominate an active pool supervisor and never leave a pool gate open and always supervise.
For more information, you can visit checkyourpoolgate.com.au. Henry Millick, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Port Augusta's Sikh community have celebrated long and hard as they mark Diwali for 2022. Reporter Daniel Pizarro was invited along.
Several Diwali events were held in Port Augusta in November, with this one organised by Gary Singh from the Pride Punjabi Social Club for a night of dancing, eating and community.
Thanks to all Port Augusta community who come here and make this event so special and wonderful. And I really thanks to everyone.
It is an Indian festival. It's called the Festival of Lights. The meaning of it is where light prevails over dark, you know. It's a great festival and everyone gets involved.
Well, it's really important for our culture because it's very traditional. It dates back a long time in the Indian culture, and it's been in the country for ages, and it just brings everyone together, entertains, and everyone just has a good time.
A crucial aspect of this year's Diwali celebrations was encouraging the next generation and reminding them of the festival's importance.
We really want our next generation to keep our culture alive because that's what we learned from our parents. So that's why I was talking to my teenage group members that you need to speak in Punjabi, you need to learn these cultural dances because you're going to keep our culture alive.
As for this reporter's dancing throughout the night,
It was great.
You're one of us.
Daniel Pizarro, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Well, still to come tonight, a fresh-looking Spencer Golf Uni Hub now taking applications for the 2023 school year. And Port Augusta students have a go at creating artwork with the school's new laser engraver. Welcome back to 7 Spencer Golf Nightly News this Thursday. Uni Hub Spencer Golf opened their doors to the public this week, giving locals the chance to wander in and check out the Hub's recently upgraded facilities. The campus coordinator says there's already been a decent number of enrolments for 2023.
State-of-the-art study spaces right at your doorstep. Spencer Golf Uni Hub looking after regional students since 2019. And now the revamped facilities are hoping to draw even more students through the doors.
Since then we've had a lot of upgrades inside the centre, so it was just a chance for the community to come through and current students and prospective students. So yeah, we've had a few people come through today, which is excellent.
Locals toured the building and asked questions about their study options and support available. And with Year 12 done and dusted, students are thinking about their futures.
So they can essentially study at the centre no matter what uni they're with, or they might be new students, so they want to know how to get into uni or just some general discussion on things they can study.
Reese is pleased there has been an interest in nursing and teaching, as those professions are always in high demand. And the Hub has the infrastructure and environment for students to thrive without distractions.
Quick internet, we've got lots of private spaces where students can study. Also got meeting rooms where they can study in private or undertake exams, things like that.
If you're in Year 11, Year 12, first year out of high school, working full-time and want to upskill or change careers completely, you can discuss your options with the staff here at Uni Hub. The Ellen Street campus is open 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. Annabelle Francis, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Seaview Christian College in Port Augusta has been showing off one of the school's latest pieces of technology. An engraver and laser cutter has been installed, which will allow students to design and create projects they wouldn't have been able to in the past.
Secondary students at Seaview Christian College proudly showed off some of their work to 7 Spencer Golf News from the school's brand new engraver and laser cutter.
A verse from the Bible, and it is engraved on a piece of metal, and there's a box where you can keep some things in it. That's the stand you can put this on, and it can even make photos.
Won by the school through a grant, and we put in the grant in order to get this type of equipment to assist with our 2D and 3D digital design and technology work that we do with the students here at Seaview Christian College.
Some students are also thinking of new creations for next year.
Name tags or something on your laptop. When you get like your locker at the start of the year, get that for some sticky tape and make it like, instead of having paper stuff.
The $60,000 piece of machinery is not only to be used by secondary students and vet courses, but also the younger generations as well.
At the moment we're introducing the year 7 to 10 students to the machinery, but I'll be working with the year 3 and 4 students to do exactly the same process so that we start them off a bit younger.
Safety precautions were the top priority as the school did a live demonstration of what the engraver can do, as real lasers flared into life and within moments a name tag was created. This name tag was first created on computer software before the engraver scanned it and got to work. I must say, the quality is excellent. Daniel Pizarro, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
With Christmas right around the corner, it's time to start decorating and take part in the annual competition held in the Mid-North. Each year, Crystal Brook encourages locals to light up their homes with fancy and fun decorations to inject a sense of Christmas cheer to the neighbourhood. Categories include Best Christmas Story, Best Home Display, Best Community Club Display, Best Street and Best Business. Winners will be announced on December 16, coinciding with the street party. Time to start that very merry job of untangling Christmas lights. Stay with us after the break. Broken Hills Theatre 44 busy practising for the end-of-year concert this weekend. And the easy way all pet owners can give back to animals in need this Christmas. Welcome back. Broken Hills Theatre 44 is holding its end-of-year concert this weekend. There'll be plenty of songs from a bygone era, with some Christmas classics sprinkled in to get concert goers dancing in their seats.
This weekend's concert is going to be a special one. With ensemble singers at Theatre 44 not only singing Christmas songs, but also paying tribute to the 1940s.
First of all, we're paying tribute to the 40s because Theatre 44, as you can imagine, is named after the beginning of repertory in the 40s.
Last night's dress rehearsal was a good way to get the teething problems under control and ready for the curtain to be pulled back on Sunday.
The usual schmozzle. They say I have a difficult dress rehearsal and the concert will be fine. So, no, it's coming along quite well.
Even though the 40s were quite some time ago, there will be some familiar tunes. Marilyn is confident some audience members will know all the words.
EJ and Max have got 2 duets, a couple of swells, and Anything You Can Do, I Can Do Better. We've got some songs from South Pacific, with the little ones singing.
The concert starts at 2 p.m, but organisers want guests to be there by 1:30 to grab a bite to eat and a drink at the canteen before the show. Joshua Mercer, 7 Spencer Gulf News.
Christmas is usually a joyous time of year, but there will always be people and pets doing it tough. The Petspiration Foundation has just launched its Christmas initiative in Port Lincoln, raising money for people and animals in need.
Santa's little helpers are looking a little different this year. The Port Lincoln Pet Stock is getting into the Christmas spirit, aiming to give back to charitable organisations.
So there's a couple items around store which will have this tag on it, and basically 100% of the profits will go towards helping animals and people.
The initiative is run by Petspiration. The foundation set a goal of raising $500,000 to give pets and people a better future.
Each of our charity organisations, I guess at this time of year, struggle with many different things. Some of their wishes are new vehicles to be able to transport the animals to and from shelters.
Animal welfare at the forefront of the campaign, helping give pets a second chance. The funds raised will be distributed to a range of different charities.
For Christmas, we've got about 9 different charities they will be going towards. Some of the well-known ones are Safe Pets, Safe Families, the Ride for Disabled in Tassie, and also Cowboy for Kids.
People can also support the cause by buying a bauble or two.
Animal lovers right across Port Lincoln and South Australia can head into their local pet stock store. They can purchase a bauble to hang on one of our wishing trees or round up a purchase, and they could also head online to donate.
To go one step further, customers can put their Santa hats on and purchase items for under the tree.
So if anyone wants to come in store and purchase anything and donate it towards underneath our tree, it will go to local businesses around Port Lincoln.
Henry Millick, 7 Spencer Golf News.
Stay with us after the break. We have this weekend's fish and tips from our resident experts. And summer is finally here. We'll have all the weather details with Alex Sykes. Welcome back. As we inch ever closer to the end of the year, when most people are lucky enough to have a little bit of time off, why not head to your local jetty and cast a line? For some inspiration, here's this week's Fish and Tips.
G'day and welcome to this week's Fish and Tips from Port Augusta, Jewel of the North. Well, the kingfish are still running at the moment. There's absolutely hundreds of them around. Obviously we like them if you return them. Have a bit of fun but return them to the water. Crabs are on the improve there for Christmas, so start getting into those. Silver whiting out in those middle banks on these low tides during the afternoons, and on the high tides along the shack area as well. King George whiting all but gone, no reports of squid either. There are some salmon up and around the creeks around Port Patterson, and also there's been a couple chasing lures up and around the old powerhouse side as well. Bit of a boating tip leading into Christmas, start lubing up your steering, going through all that, check your batteries and those sort of things and that, because supplies are a little bit short leading into Christmas. So get in early because you don't want a whole heap of people sitting down the boat ramp with boats that don't start or can't steer. That's all we have from the Jewel of the North.
What a great message. Have some fun, but put them back. Thanks, Aaron. Time now to take a look at what's happening in the weather with Alex Sykes. Alex, how was the first day of summer?
Good evening, Maddie. Well, it was pretty summery, bit windy in Port Pirie though, the windiest since the middle of winter in fact. Gusts up to 46 kilometres an hour were recorded this afternoon, making it feel about 7 degrees cooler than it really was. Port Pirie reaching a respectable 29 degrees today, 30 was the top in Woodner, sunny in Kadina today reaching 25. Looking more broadly at today's weather map, 25 in Whyalla, Broken Hill reached 27. 20 in Port Lincoln, 32 was the warmest temperature recorded in our region up in Cooper Pedy. Taking a look at the satellite image now, a northerly airstream will hang around South Australia on the weekend out of a low pressure trough moving into the far west of the state late Saturday. That trough will then move across the southern parts of the state on Sunday. Moving on to tomorrow's weather outlook now, and we'll start with the Gulf waters. Northeast to southeasterly winds 10 to 20 knots, becoming variable about 10 knots in the middle of the day. Seas 1 to 1.5 metres, decreasing to below a metre, and south to southwesterly swell 1 to 2 metres, decreasing below a metre as well. Sunny in Port Lincoln tomorrow, 25 degrees, 31 in Cleve, down to 13 degrees tonight. Woodner, nice and warm, 36 degrees tomorrow. Whyalla, blue skies and set to reach a top of 30 degrees there. Sunny and 34 in Port Augusta, Jewel of the North. Kadina will see some sunshine as well, set to reach a high of 30 degrees on Friday. Between 14 and 32 in Port Pirie, Clare heading for a top of 28, and a bit of an odd forecast for Broken Hill tomorrow. Sunny conditions and set to reach a high of 31 degrees with the chance of a thunderstorm with little or no rain the late afternoon and evening. Taking a look further through the week now, starting with Saturday. perfect clothes drying conditions across the region. 34 in Whyalla, 36 in Port Pirie, 33 in Broken Hill, Kadina and Adelaide, sunny 37 in Port Augusta and Cooper Pedy, 39 in Woodner. Moving on to Sunday's outlook now, and yikes, 41 on the way for Port Augusta, Woodner and Whyalla, 39 in Port Pirie and Cooper Pedy, Broken Hill and Adelaide both heading for 35 degrees. Finally, taking a quick look at how Monday is shaping up. Significantly cooler in Whyalla on Monday, 28 degrees compared to the day before, 37 in Broken Hill, mostly sunny conditions, 31 in Port Pirie, 21 in Port Lincoln, partly cloudy in Port Augusta, 33 degrees. And that's all the weather from me for tonight. I'll see you soon with an update. It's back to you, Maddie.
Thanks for that, Alex. And that's the local news this Thursday. I'm Madeline Kerr. From all of us here, thanks for joining us. I'll have updates a little later, but until then, enjoy your evening. Good night.